Hey guys, how you doing today? I know I have been doing a lot of spider plant videos lately, but I really like the spider plant, and I have a lot of I've got the all green one, I've got the variegated, I've got the variegated Hawaiian, and I have this beauty. This is the Bonnie curly spider plant. I got her when she was very little. I got just a one little baby. As you can see, mine is making a baby right here. And my baby was just a little bit bigger than this when I got it. And this is what she's grown into. This is a very cute plant. I love how it just kind of curls up. It's got a lot of body to it. And at the moment, I don't know which one was actually the original, but there are 3 separate plants in this plant now, coming all just from one little baby start that my girlfriend gave me. And I really enjoyed this plant. I started my baby in sphagnum moss and to keep it wet and grow the roots really good, and then I moved it up over into soil. And a year later, this is what she looks like. Now, I need to repot her today. I want to put her over into this pot. It's a little bit bigger. But she has been in this pot for a really long time. And I want to go ahead and get her repotted because she really needs to go into a bigger pot. And I'm having a hard time keeping up with watering her, even though she's in a plastic pot. But with this plant, I mean, all the other spider plants that we have, they do like to dry out. You're better off letting them dry out because they do have a tuberous water reservoir that stores water for them. So they can go really dry before you have to water them. And you're better off letting them do that. That is how the plant is set up to grow. But of course, if you overwater it or underwater it, it will really die very quickly. It will die back very quickly. But what I want to do is I want to get her out of this container. I'm just going to loosen up. I want to see what kind of a root system she has, because like I said, she has been in this container for a year. But once I put her over into the other container, she will be in that for a very long time. They kind of like to be root bound, and they don't have a real issue with it because of the fact that they do like to dry out so completely. So I am going to move her down, move the camera down, get her unpotted, and put her into this little bit bigger pot. Okay, let's see what kind of root system this girl has. Look at her. Isn't she pretty? I just love how it curls up like this. And the drier you let her get, the curlier she gets. So you really don't want to water this before her time because she does put on more of a curly show the drier she gets. Yeah, I can see roots coming out of the bottom of the pot. Look at that. Can you guys see all of her roots? Okay. Well, I forgot to, which is fine. They do like to be pot bound, and I'm not putting in her in a whole much bigger pot. It is a little bit deeper. I'm going to go ahead and put some soil in here. And I'm just going to be putting all the soil that she was on right back in with her. Now this plant, like any other spider plant, if you guys have them, It is the exact same care. Bright light, as bright a light as you can get her in without burning her. And for me, the variegated spider plants seem to be able to take just a little bit more light, pretty much like majority of any of the variegated plants that we may own. They do like a brighter light. But I've really been enjoying this, and especially for the fact that I got her when she was so little. Oh man, I got her all dirty. I'll have to take her in, put her in the shower and rinse her off. I'm getting soil all over her. And this plant, I really don't totally go overboard with feeding. Spider plants seem like they're pretty casual when it comes to feed. She does get worm castings, and when I'm watering her, if I have to water her with all of my other plants, she does get fish fertilizer or fish emulsion. If my other plants are getting a drink and a feed at the same time and she needs it, she gets it. Otherwise, if I'm watering her separately, because it's not as often as most other plants that you have to feed, or I mean water her. So the worm castings work pretty good for her. I can't wait to see what she's going to look like as she gets older. I mean, she has really grown a lot in a year. I got a baby that was just a little bit bigger than this one here that she's making right now. It was just a little bit bigger, I think. Not by much, because it was very, very small. My girlfriend had this plant, and she had like 2 or 3 babies that it was producing, like mine is now. And I just threw a fit over this plant because I am a spider plant lover. And actually the spider plant many, many years ago, when I was about 19 years old, it was one of the very first plants that I bought on my own. So I just loved it. My mom always had one, and I loved hers. It always made beautiful, gorgeous babies that was hanging down all over. But, you know, they do root out very quickly. They seem to grow really quickly, so that's it. There she is. And like I said, there's really not a whole lot of care to it. This is a plant that you can water her like any of the other spider plants. You can water this thing, hang it back up, and forget about it for a couple of weeks, and they love it. As long as you got her in bright enough light, it will just keep going and going and going, and you can tell if a spider plant really is getting on the thirsty side, because it will, like this one is very full bodied because it is curly, but like with a regular spider plant, now this one, the more it dries out, the curlier it actually gets. But like with a normal spider plant, it kind of droops down more so than it does naturally. It has that flowy appearance naturally, but it will kind of get droopier, and you can tell when she needs a good drink. So, bright light, very little fertilizer. I think this plant would go even if you didn't give it any, but I like to feed all my plants. Plants need nourishment. Just like humans and animals, they need nourishment. They need to have food to grow and grow properly and thrive. So give her a little bit of food, but you don't have to overdo it. It's not something that you have to do weekly or even every month. You know, you don't have to get really anal about it. It is a really great starter plant because it does take such little care to keep this plant happy. So alright guys, that is all there is to it. I am going to let you go, and you have a great day. I will be going in and rinsing her off, giving her a good water, and hanging her back up in the window where I got her from. So, talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye. Peace.